Okay, so in the last session we had seen the different functions, string functions, right? So what are the string functions in Power BI, then what are the number functions, and then we had seen the date functions. Okay, so we had clear on the in the data query. So let me open the data query. So today we are going to start new thing, that is a transformation, new topic, that is a transformation. So right now our data is in like this. Okay, so we are starting the next scenario, that is a transformation, advanced transformation. What is the advanced transformation? In Power BI query editor we always use for the transformation, right? So till now we had seen some of the normal transformation, like creating a column or replacing the values or changing the values, right? So this kind of thing. So now we will see advanced transformation. So what are the advanced transformations are available? So there are advanced transformations like creating the conditional column, okay, like index column, merging query, okay, appending query, then pivoting, unpivoting. So these are the advanced transformation. So what is a create conditional column? So first we will see create conditional column. Okay, first is the index column. Okay, so what is the index column? So let's see. Let me connect the data. So right now can you see this table, the query, product, orders and order date. Now if let's say I want to add one index column. Index column means what? It will indicate start from 1, okay, like 1 2 3 4, like serial number kind of. Okay, so that will be index column. So how to create an index column? Just click on transform, okay, or add column, add column, then click on the index column. Can you see this index column here? Okay, just click on the index column. So how index column will work? It will give you a kind of serial number. So if you want to start from 0 or you want to start from 1, so depend on, you need to select here. Okay, so let's select the from 1. Okay, so you can see we got a index number 1 2 3 4 5 6 up to the rows, how many rows are there. But if I want to start from 0, we can also create from the start from 0. Click on the from 0. Okay, so this is for the 0. Same way, if you want to start from like 11, how will you start? How will you start? So let's delete this last step. Go again. Start from custom. Okay. So if you want to start from 11, just add like a 11. And how many numbers it should increase, like 1 or 2? Suppose 11, 12, 13, 14. So what is the difference between this? There is only one difference in every number, right? There is only one difference in every number. So let's say I have this number 11, 12, 13, 14. So how many numbers are difference between the 11 and 12? There is only one difference, right? There is only one difference. Means it is incrementing by 1. Means it is incrementing by 1. Okay, but if what if I have a requirement that I want to increase by 5, I want to increase by 5. Let's say 11, then 11 plus 5 means 16. Okay, then 16 plus 5, how much?
21.
21. Then plus 5 again?
26.
26.
26.
Okay. So what is the difference between every number 11 and 16? There is a 5 difference, right? It means it is incrementing by 5. So same thing is here. How much increment you want value? You want to increment by 1 or increment by 2, or how much? Okay, so let's say I am adding 1 for now and clicking on OK. So you can see 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, but if you want to change, so there is a star on the right side. This is a step for the index, right? This is a step for index adding column. Just click on this, double click on this. Okay, so if you want to increase by 5 or if you want to increase by 2, you can increase, or you can increase by 10. Okay, so 11, 21, 31, 41, 51, 61, 71. So this is a customize. We can do this in index. So this is all about the index column. Understood everyone?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so now let's go for the other transformation. So we have seen the index column. Okay, now let's see the conditional column. Now conditional column. What is a conditional column? Okay, what if I want to create a one column here and I want to show that if any order which is greater than 0, if any order which is greater than 100, it should define, it should say good, it should say good. Okay, if it is less than 200, it should say not good. Okay, so this kind of value I want to show. So how will you put the condition on orders? If more than 200, it should show good. If less than 200, and then it should show not good. So how will you show this? Using conditional column. Okay, using conditional column, because we want to put the condition if greater than 200, if less than 200, right? This kind of calculation. So how to create a conditional column? So just click on this. Okay, click on the conditional column, click on conditional column, add the column name, good order status. Okay, order status. If column, let's say I want to order orders. Okay, if orders is equal to what is our condition, what we want to put? If there is any order which is greater than
Greater than.
200, right? So I will put the greater than. Where is the greater than? Greater than or equal to. Okay, greater than or equal to. So even if it is 200, it will show the good. Okay, so what value I want to go show? Greater
200.
than 200. Okay, then what value it should show? It should show good,
Good.
right? Then otherwise again click on orders. Okay,
Not good.
if less than 200, where is the less than 200? So it will become a not good. Okay, if it is greater than 300, then what it should show? It should show more than good rate. Okay, so we can add like some star, status star. So good, not good. Okay, that is fine. No, good, better. So I want to show if it is more than 300, it should show better. Okay, so let's select orders greater than or equal to 300, then it should show the better. Okay, and if it is less than 0, it should show not good or worst something. Okay, so let's select order. It should, if it is less than or equal to 0, or less than 0, then it should show what it should show? It should show okay. Okay, so this is the condition. Okay, now let's see, there is a else. In the else, what you want to show if there is nothing? Okay, so what value we will show? So that we have to specify here. Okay, so I am specifying blank. Okay, so let's click on this. See, we got the good. If more than 200, it should show good. If it is less than 0 means no. Why it is showing? Okay, it is not detecting minus value. Okay, let's make this. Where it is document. So let's add this. It should work at least. Okay, so it is not good. Okay, now our condition should be changed for some time. Why? See, when it is matching, how it is matching? First this condition is matching, then second condition is matching. So what happening when, if it is comparing orders, okay, if greater than 200, okay, it found that it is a good, but in the next session, in the next value there is a minus 200. So first value was not matched, right? But when it come to the second, what we have seen, we said that less than 200, less than 200 means any value less than. So that's why it is taking the not good. So what we should do, we should take this one on the over there, okay, and then after that this condition will come. So that what will happen, it will match with the first 0, less than 0, then it will match with the less than 200. Okay, so how we will do this? So let's say here what I will do, here I will add a 0, okay, and here I will add a 200, and here I will add a worst, okay, and here not good. Are you getting why what I did?
Yes.
Everyone? Krupa sir?
Yes.
Okay, so how it is matching? First it will match if order is greater than 200. It is 200, yes, so it is showing good, okay, so it is showing good. Then it will come to the second value. If order is greater than 200, no, it is not 200, so it will come to the else if part, okay, it will check here. Then with this condition, if it is less than 0, yes, it is less than 0, means it will show the worst, okay. So let's click on OK. Okay, now it is coming worst. Can you see this, everyone? Hello?
Yeah, we can see.
Okay,
Yes.
so you understood or still have confusion?
But sir, for 300 it is taking good only.
Let me check. So again we need to change then sequence, because depend on the sequence. If they found something, see now what happen, if it is greater than 300, so it should show the greater than or equal to, greater than or equal to. Okay, in the first condition, yeah, first condition, then it is coming. So we have to make a hierarchy, like from higher to the lower kind of. Okay, so let's say we have to make a 300 here and make it better. Okay, and here is a 200, make it good. Okay, so there should be the good sequence, so it will not match on the first and it will go to the properly. So okay, now more than 200 is good, less than 0, then better, okay, then not good, okay, then better, not good, better. Okay, so these are the conditions we have. So any confusion on this?
No.
Anyone? Okay, so let's see then what is the conditional column allows us to create a new field based on the writing the condition on existing field, right? So we have put it the condition on the existing field, that is in like a order column, okay, order field. On this we have created one condition, that if value is greater than or less than, and depend on that we created the new column. Conditional column contain logical condition in if then statement mode, if then statement mode. Okay, conditional column contain logical condition, so that we have seen till now, just now. So let's see the task. So create an atom indicator, field based on the order quantity as a single item, okay, or multiple item based on the order quantity on AW sales data. So let's connect with the AW sales data. How to connect? So let's go to the new source, click on the text CSV. Okay, there is a sales data, AWS sales data. This is a sales data. So let's click on this. Okay, let's click on OK. Okay, so we got the data. So there is a one column order number, also there is a quantity kind of. Okay, so it is a quantity, order quantity. Okay, can you see this order quantity?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the order quantity. Now let's see the task. What task saying? Task is saying that we need to create an indicator field. We need to create an indicator field based on the order quantity, based on the order quantity column. As a, if there is a single item, okay, if there is a single item or multiple item, based on order quantity we have to create. So what we need to create? It is a single or multiple. So how to create? So in this column order quantity, if you see this, okay, there is a one quantity for this product. There is a one quantity for this product. Okay, one quantity. There are some of the product order which has a order of the more than one quantity. So you, if you filter out, you will see this. There is a one order, second order, three order also there. Okay, so what we need to do? We need to find out we need to create a one new KPI column, indicator column, which will indicate a single order or multiple order. So how to find out single order or multiple order? Based on the order quantity. Okay, so let's see how to do this. Create a column, go to the add column, click on additional column, right? So okay, so Krupal sir, how to do this? Can you tell me here?
If order quantity
If order quantity, where is the order quantity? Order quantity, okay.
greater than or equal to
Okay.
we have to make the hierarchy, no? Then we will take the highest first, correct?
Yes, yes.
Then 3, value 3.
I don't think we need to add the 3. Actually, we are showing only single or multiple, only 2 value,
Okay, then
Okay.
1.
more than 1. Okay.
Yeah.
If it is
Output.
more than, greater than, but do you think it will work? Greater than or equal to? Equal to means if there is a 1 also available, it will come.
Okay, then greater than.
Only greater than, right? So if greater than, then it should show the single.
Multiple value.
Single. Sorry, multiple. Okay. It will show the multiple
Order.
Okay. So how to do this? Or else? Should I add a else or directly should I add here?
Direct we can add.
Direct.
Else. Yeah, else it is single, no?
Yes, but if it is less than 0, there will not be less than in order quantity, right?
Yeah.
There will not, only there will be the either 1, 2, 3, okay, that will be, because if order already came here means there will be the value
There
1.
is the value.
Okay, if there is no order means this value will not come here, I mean this row will not come. If there is a order available means there should be a quantity at least 1, right? So we can add directly here also. What we will add? Single order. Okay, so we need to give the column name, item indicator. So what should we do? What column name we should add? So column name, item indicator, item indicator, item indicator, So let's click on OK. So now you can see if there is a one order, it will show the single order. So if you want to check is there any multiple orders are there or not, so yeah, it is there. Okay, so let's filter out, check whether it is available or not. Okay, so there is a 2 orders, it is showing multiple order. There is a 3 order, it is showing multiple order. Okay, it means we created the properly. Okay, so these are the item indicator. Understood everyone how we created this one?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so there is a note. Okay, so here they added a condition like differently. Okay, but depend on if you are, suppose if there is no value, let's say there is no value in order quantity, there is no value in order quantity, then what it should show? If it is blank, then in that case we should add one more condition, else other. So we will add some condition, we will change the condition. Okay, okay, so there is a notes. While writing the any condition column in Power BI, always try to optimize the number of condition. Okay, so if suppose there is a number of things you want to add, like if you see this, okay, how many values are they are adding here? See, for baby, child, teenager, these are the different multiple. Okay, so these are the values, multiple values. But if there is a more value than this, so there will be a more condition, right? So it will impact on the performance. So it will be impact on the performance. If there is, suppose this is a now 5 condition, right? If there is a more than 100, more than 20, more than 30, so it will not be good. Okay, it is not a good practice. So it will impact on the your performance. So better so better to optimize the your condition. So that is what it is saying. While writing any condition column in Power BI, always try to optimize the number of condition. Okay, always try to reduce the number of condition. Then second note is optimizing the condition means always take the less number of condition, and also in the between condition else part. Like for example, less than in 2 condition you can make it in one condition, like this: sales greater than 1000 and sales is less than 10,000. Okay, so let's do this. So there is also one more example. Okay, the task you need to complete this. On populated data, create a age indicator. On populated data, population data, create a age indicator column, whether it is a child or adult. So how will you find out whether it is child or adult? Based on the age, right? So based on the age, if it is less than, it is baby. Okay, if it is less than 10, okay, it will be the child. If it is less than the 18, it will be the teenager, and if it is less than the 29, it is a younger, okay, adult, and if it is less than 60, it is a adult. So these are the conditions. See, they maintain the hierarchy from lowest to the highest. So because of that, they are getting a right condition. Okay, so this condition we should be met. Okay, but this is a single condition. Okay, so just try this condition. Okay, in for the assignment we will see other example. So task 2, on global sales data, create a sales KPI. KPI is nothing but a key progress indicator, like this. Okay, we kind of create an indicator. Okay, so we will see now. If sales amount is above the 1 lakh, then it should indicate the good. If sales is amount less than 1000, okay, then it should indicate the bad, otherwise okay. So how will you do this? So let's connect with the sales data. Where is the sales data? Okay, we have sales data. Do we have sales column? Okay, so let's connect with the sales data. Let's connect with the sales data. Sales. global sales data. So it is a global sales data. So let's see. Okay, so let's connect with this global sales data. Okay, so in sales data, there is a profit, there is a sales data also there. So in the sales, I don't see that it will work. Okay, this data is not good. Okay, so let's connect with the data. There is some Excel file problem, so it will be okay. Okay, so what we will do, we will consider the sales. Okay, so sales some amount. Let's do the same example on this. Okay, so what it is saying, if your sales is more than 1 lakh, so we will consider number of order is more than 100. Okay, if it will indicate the good. If sales is the amount less than 1000, it indicate the bad. It is okay. Okay, so how to do this? So we will try on the orders column. So let's click on add column, click on conditional. Okay, so now then what we need to add? Sales indicator. Okay, if order rate, if orders is greater than 500, or 400, greater than 400, it means it is a good sales. Okay, again one more condition, if order is less than 100, so it means it is a bad sales. Okay, and rest of the here it will come as a okay. In between of 100 and 400, if value is coming, it will become a okay. Okay, so let's click on okay. Okay, so if you see, if it is more than 200, it is a if it is more than 400, it means it is a good sales. So can you see good sales? If it is less than 100, means it is a minus 200, right? So it is showing a bad sales. If it is more than, if it is otherwise, it will be the okay. So it will come between the 200 to the 400. So it will come under the okay. Okay, understood? This is the indicator, that is the key progress indicator, KPI. Understood everyone? What is a KPI?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so let's go for next. KPI stand for, see, there is a note. KPI stand for key performance indicator or key progress indicator. So next point notes is KPI are the strategic goal defined by each and every organization. After some specific period, they will compare their business with the targets by using KPIs. Okay. So the third point is, so what is use of this? This KPI is used to compare with their business with the target. Okay. Let's say your company said their target for 2025. Okay. In the year, their sales should be the 1 crore. Okay, but when they went to the 2025 and achieve only only let's say they target for the 1000 crore and they receive only 100 crore. So they can use the key progress indicator to indicate whether their target achieve or not. Okay, so using the same condition they can find out. That is called as a KPI, which compare their business. Okay, now third point is, in Power BI using conditional column we can create a KPI. Okay, that is thing. There is the assignments. Okay, there is the assignments for the conditional column and index. Okay, so you can complete these assignments on it. Then go to the notes. Now grouping is also called as, okay, now we will see grouping. So assignment was like this, and this is a grouping topic is coming from here. Okay, so let's start the new topic, that is the grouping. What is a grouping in an aggregator? So I will give you a good example on this. So let's take this data. Okay, into the here. Okay, I'm showing some data here. Okay, so if you see, there are product ABCD product. Okay, okay, let me just product and suppose sales. Okay, let's say there is a product A and their sales is 100. Product B, there is a 300. Again A, 200. A, okay, so these are the products and how much sales has been done for the particular product. Okay, so now tell me, for the product A, I want to find out for every product wise how much sales they have done. Okay, so let's say product A, B, C. Okay, so per product sales. Okay, so now tell me what is the sales for the product A? Rupal sir?
700. 700.
700 700 for product A.
Yeah, 400 plus 200 plus 100, no?
Okay,
600.
700. Sorry, 700. Okay, so it is a 700. Okay, for product B, how much sales for product B?
300.
300.
300, right? So let's see. 300. And for product C,
100.
100.
100.
100.
So what we have done now here? What we have done here? Can anyone tell me?
Grouping.
We have done
all-
grouping on the product, right? We have done the grouping on the product and aggregation on the sales. Grouping on the product and aggregation on the sales. So how did we grouping? How did we grouping? We group the A, B, all A we club into the one A, right? All A, this all A, we have club into the here. Okay, and whatever the A's data we have just segregated. We have done sum. Okay, we have done sum of A data. So that we got a 7. Then we club the B, right? All B's available. We have clubbed the B and we got the B's data. And then for the C also we did the same. So what we did a grouping on the product and aggregation on the sales. Understood everyone? Okay, so this is a total sales, right? This is a sum of sales aggregation. Sum of sales aggregation. If I want to take the max of sales for every product wise, max of sales. So okay, Dinesh, can you tell me what will come for the A, B, C? Your voice is breaking up.
700. 700.
It's a 700. 700? No. How it will come 700?
400.
We are trying to find out the max of the sales for product A and product B and then product C separately. So now just tell me
Okay.
for the A, only think about the A, okay? Only think about the A, okay?
400.
This A, second A and second A, third A. So if you see, for first A is 100, okay? Second A has a 200 and third A has a 400. Which one is the maximum out of the A's, all A's data? 400, right? So it will come 400. It will come 400. Now for the B, Pranay?
300.
For
300.
okay, 300. Okay, and for the C, we will get a 100.
100.
Okay, that is for max. Okay, now next is I want to find out the mean. I want to find out mean of sales. Okay, so Pranay, can you tell me what will be the A for the mean of sales for A?
100.
It will
100.
come as a 100. Okay, then second for B,
B 300.
for 300. Okay, and for C,
100.
100. Okay, so these are the mean salary. Okay, Renuka, can you tell me average of sales? For the A, what will be the average for A?
2 point something.
So 700 divided by 3. how much it will?
200 something.
Okay, 200 something, right? Okay, and for B
300.
300 and C 100.
100.
Okay. Okay. Shamli, what will become in the count if I want to take a count?
For A, 3.
Just a second. For A, it will come 3. Then
For B, 1.
for B 1.
For C, 1.
Okay, C1. Okay. What is his name? Pranay, can you tell me what will become for the count distinct? Do you know what is a distinct? Okay, so what is a distinct? Last time also we had seen. Okay, so count means it will take a count of all, whether it is duplicate or not. Okay, but if you take the count of product A, okay, count, it will take the count all. How many count are there? One. Oh, sorry. This is not a good. Shamli, is it right? 3.
Yes.
Okay, we are doing a count on sales. Okay, count on sales. Okay, count on sales. I want to do the count on the product, only on the products. Then
Same, no?
okay, what it will come, Pranay? For count on the product column, I want to do the count. What it will come? Not the sales. Here is the product. Okay, count of product. So what it will come? It will take the count of all product column. It will take the count of all products. So how many elements are in the product column? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay,
5.
so 5 will come here. Oh, sorry, for A, you are not
It
do-
will
okay.
come 3
So
only.
we
Before
are
it was
not-
correct.
yeah,
No, we are doing on count on sales.
Yeah, count on the sales. Okay,
I
okay.
mean,
For-
like count
yeah,
on
we
product.
are doing on the product. Okay. So
Before
we are
it was
doing the
correct.
product, so it will come as a 3. Okay. Then it will come as a 1, and it will come as a 1. So for count distinct,
It will be 1, 1, 1.
1, 1.
1, 1.
Value, no? Unique value.
Okay. So 1, 1, 1. Okay. So let's try this on the Power BI. Okay. So let's say we have now product, and we have, so A is repeating here. Okay, A is repeating, and C, B, E, D. Okay, C also repeating. Okay, 2 times. There is the orders. So I just want to replace the minus 200 to the normal 200. So let me just do something good. Okay, save, control save this. Okay, now let's refresh this. How to refresh? What do I say? Refresh preview. Okay, so you have data. I want to grouping on the product and number of orders. So let's do the grouping. So how to do the grouping? So go to the transform. There is a group by. Can you see this? Here you are. There is a group by. Okay, just click on the group by. Okay, So on which column you want to do the grouping? On the product. And what you want to count? So I want to, let's say I want to take a new column, that is the sum of orders. Okay, so what operation you want to do? Sum, right? On which column? On product. This thing understood, everyone? Based on the product column, we are doing a sum of orders on this column, orders column. Okay, so let's click on the, but this is a transform, sorry. Okay, so is there any add column available? Group by, okay, no, it is only a transform. Okay, let's see. So product, then sum of order. Okay, sum orders. Okay, so this one is a here product. If you want to add one more for the min max, okay, so add one more mean on the orders, right? I want to add one more max. Orders, min max, then what I want? Count. Okay, so count rows. So there is no count on the particular column, so it will take the count on the whole table. Okay, so it is not there. So then there is a count distinct. Count distinct rows. Okay, so these are the things are there. Let's click on OK. Now you can see some of the product, some of the orders. How much orders? 200, 300 for particular A, B, C. Okay, and then how much max for the A? C, 100, 200. How much for the mean? These are the mean. Okay, and for the min max count, so A is coming 2 times, C also coming 2 times. Okay, and E, these are the 1 time. Now count distinct, it is coming 2 times. Why it is coming as a distinct 2 times?
Both values are different.
Both values are different means?
2 values, no?
Yes, 2 values.
For A, 2 values. So both values are different. So it shows different
Okay.
values 2 times.
So it is showing a 2 times. Okay, so let's do the group by on the other thing now. Let I am taking product by. I want to take only count distinct. Only count distinct. Okay, let's click on OK. Okay, it is product wise. Okay, so it is a 2 times. A is coming, C is coming 2 times, so there is a 2 values. Okay, so that is all about the group by. Understood everyone? What is a group by and aggregation?
Yes.
Everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so this example we have seen just now. Okay, then there is a task 2. You can do yourself. On AW sales data, display product wise total order quantity. Okay, so that you can do this. Then there is a task 3. On the AW sales data, roll up means nothing but a group by. Okay, clubbing the order quantity at the month level. How will you do the month level? How will you do this? So let's do this example. On AW sales data, roll up the order quantity at the month level and sort them in the descending order. So let's connect the sales data. So we have sales data. Okay, so we have date. Okay, so now I have exact date. I want to do the month level. How will you do the month level? But it is the complete date. How will you find out the only month?
Extract month from date.
Yes, first we will extract the month from the date, okay, and we will do the sort on the ascending order. Okay, so let's first find out how to extract the month. Pranay, how to extract the month from the date? Go to the date, click on the date function, okay, but right now your date field is a ABC, which is indicating as a ABC. It is not a date format. So let's first try to convert into a date. Okay, so we have converted into a date. Now let's go to the, so right now it is a date format. Okay, now go to the date function, it is available. How to extract month? Go to the month, okay, and extract the month, name of the month. Just click on the month. Okay, so we have extracted the month. You can see January, February, March, all this month. Now we need to the grouping on the month and number of order quantity. So where is the order quantity column? This one, right? So we need to do the grouping. So before that we need to sort out. Or we will sort later. Okay, so let's do the grouping. How to do the grouping? Dinesh, how to do the grouping? Month level.
Select per order quantity
Okay, order quantity.
column and in transform group by.
Okay, so in order quantity we selected, but we are doing the grouping on the month level, right? So we need to select the month Okay. and we need to find out the order quantities, total order quantities column,
Okay.
new column, total order. Okay, total order quantity, sum, and what is the column name? Order quantity.
Quantity.
Okay, so let's do the okay. What happened? Okay, there is something date which is not parsed properly, so it is showing something issue. So go back to the January. There is a red showing. Why it is showing red? Because of the data is not a proper. Okay, so we will remove the error. Okay, so let's now click again. Click on the group by. So month name, I want to take the total of the order quantity, and sum, right? We want to take a sum and order quantity. What is the column? Okay, column, order quantity. Okay, let's click on OK. Okay, you can see January, February, March, April, May, June, July, November, December. But right now we are getting in the proper format January, in the proper ascending order January, February. Sometime what happen, you don't get the month on the proper a line. Sometime you get a February here, okay, January in the last, kind of this. So how will you sort this? Maybe our data should be there. Let me check. This one you understood? How did we do the grouping on the month? Everyone?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is a group by on the month level. Okay. So let's go back. I am going to go back. Okay. This is a March, January, March, April. Okay, let's say I am trying to take the month name. So this is also the string. Let's convert this into the date. Okay, date is not proper format. What we can do? Okay, so we got this month. Okay, so you understood. So let me connect with the other data at least I will get some. I want to show you something which is really good. Require. Go to the document, dataset. Okay. Go to the cells. Okay, so now let's extract the date. How to extract the month from order date? Click on order date and go to the add column, click on date, month and name of the month. Okay, let's do the some grouping on the month. Okay, so let's do the grouping. Let's say total order quantity, sum of okay, click on okay, so there are some still I need to clean this. Okay, so let's click on this, go to the transform, click on group by. Sum okay, it is coming in the order. Sometime actually we don't get the month in the proper order, not in the sequence like January, February. It come like April sometime in between or January in between. So how we will do the in the ascending order? So that was my question, but it's coming. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, so task 3 we have seen how to do the month level, right? So let's go to the other one. So there is a task. There is a task 4 on AW sales data. Display product wise, customer wise, total order quantity. How will you do this? Product wise, customer wise, total order quantity. So we have data. If you see this. So product wise we have product key, that is a product, okay, and customer. So where is the customer key? There is a customer key. So product wise and customer wise we wanted to show order quantity, total order quantity. How to do this on both level? We wanted to do the clubbing or grouping on the 2 column this time. How to do this? Click on group by.
Using merge.
No, click on group by. Okay, when you click on group by, you can see product key and customer key now. Okay, based on that I want to take total order quantity. First select both the column, okay, then click on the group by, then you will get this total order quantity. Okay, if you want add one more, you can add one more. Okay, so let's see. Order quantity. Okay, and click on OK. Okay, you can see on product wise and customer key wise you are getting a total order quantity. Understood? Hello. everyone?
Yes.
Okay, so this is all about the group by. Okay, then next is the task 5. Market wise, they connect to the global sales data. Okay, and display market wise, region wise, total sales and total profit. Okay, so that you can do this. Then there is a assignment for the same. So there is a assignment task for the how to display the AWS sales data, display week wise total order quantity, AWS sales data, display territory wise number of order level quantity. So these are all tasks are related with the group by. Okay, so you can do this. This is for the assignment. Please complete the assignment and share me the file, Power BI file. Okay, tomorrow, because we are come to close to complete the Power AD query editor. Okay, so let's start the pivoting and unpivoting. Should we start pivoting, unpivoting, or should we take tomorrow? It is again I think 20 minutes is remaining. Okay, so let's start the pivoting and unpivoting. What is the pivoting and unpivoting? What is the pivoting and unpivoting? Okay, do one thing, we will start tomorrow the pivoting and unpivoting. So till now what you have seen, just try to do the practice and complete all assignment and share me the file. I will check. Okay, everyone? Everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So just a second.